Oh, okay. You're gonna interview me?
Well, I'm just doing a constant show now, the Dano Kiltig show on YouTube.
I
YouTube.
didn't know that. I need to go look it up.
I started to merge all my other channels and all my stupid shit. But yeah, so you don't mind if I put this up?
No, I don't care. We're gonna talk right now.
Well, however long you have. I'm just gonna ride my bike through Golden Gate Park and hope no one coughs on me. So.
Do you have a mask or anything and glasses?
I have a mask, but I mean, I'm not gonna wear that. I'm not gonna go in any stores or anything. They say that's more for other people anyway.
Well, they do, but that's because they don't want everybody buying all the masks. It's
Right.
mostly transmitted by droplets in the air.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna, I have one in my backpack and I have gloves, but right now I'm just gonna go on my bike. So I feel relatively confident that I could evade people unless if someone runs at me like zombie style and tries to cough on me.
Dude, I was out walking in our park, it's like a river park, it runs alongside of a river for several miles.
Yeah.
And people were jogging right past me, a foot away, breathing all over me, and I was like, fuck this.
I know, dude. It's like,
I couldn't believe it.
People still are getting together and
they just don't get it yet, man. I don't get it. I don't get why they don't get it. But anyway.
What do you think we would have been doing? Like, say if we were at Tremaine right now during this,
probably disobeying everything.
We'd probably be welcoming, just like we did then. Come on over.
I know.
There's no rules here. We're idiots.
We'd probably be smoking pot and having sex with women, and I don't know. I guess it depends. We were pretty irresponsible as people, so I'm not quite sure what we would have been doing. I could probably guess. So.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been doing anything different. That's the point,
I know.
We're already as bad as we could have been. That was in the time of AIDS. AIDS didn't even scare us into wearing rubbers, I
know, exactly, right? Oh my God. I hope I don't get AIDS from that woman I had sex with, and also the last 30 other ones. And then I wear a rubber. And
then you joke about it. Now, no, don't be trying to tell the listeners that you've had sex with more than 30 women.
I tried to count up all of dalliances in Los Angeles one time for the sake of my girlfriend asked me, so I was trying to count it all up. And I initially was thinking I wasn't very many, but as I kept counting, it's like, oh my gosh, a lot of one night stands.
Did you tell her the truth?
Yeah. I was like, man, I can't remember. It's like 60, 70 women.
Did she was she disgusted by you?
Yeah, she was disgusted by that.
Or
it wasn't 60 or 70. It was like probably 30 or 40. 30.
But what
I'm not Wilt Chamberlain.
But I mean, it would have been worse if she said, "That's all. I fucked like 200 guys," or whatever. You'd say.
I wasn't disgusted. She had her own issues in college herself. I did not know this was live. Really?
If I knew how to do that, I would be, but I'm not. So.
Oh. People do that.
Yeah,
oh
I'm starting to.
That can be interesting.
I mean, it's not really
followers.
No, I mean, it's just like all the stuff you think about, like me personally anyway. Like I'm always coming up with some new band name or some new idea for a show, but I never do anything about it because life's just too good. I mean, already I went to work.
Why screw it up? Why screw it up with a band or responsibilities?
I mean, who the fuck? I don't want to be like. What if I got discovered? Then I'd have to go do something. I don't. And besides, it's too late for that.
You sound like John Cougar Mellencamp.
Well, yeah, except he paid off his mortgage and some.
He was an artist. He was a painter, and then he wrote some songs, and people loved them, and they talked him into going and getting a recording contract, which apparently he did not want to do, and then putting out albums, which apparently he didn't want to do, and writing songs, which apparently he didn't want to do. So apparently that's why he was a crabby-ass motherfucker most of his career. He didn't want to do any of it.
Was it Tony DeFries discovered him, I think.
Is that who that was? Is that who it was? He said that he was discovered he was like a college student, and he was an art major, and he had to fly to New York City to play.
Yeah, Nick Ronson played on his first record.
Right, to play though for like I guess Tony DeFries, right? I guess the A&R people.
Yeah, I was just reading about it because I'm reading the Mick Ronson autobiography, or not autobiography, the biography.
Okay.
It's called The Spider with the Platinum Hair. And
I love Mick Ronson.
Oh, dude, he's the greatest. But
he made those songs, man. Those songs would not have been anything without him playing on those songs with Bowie. What I remember about those songs are Mick Ronson's licks.
Right. Well, any of those records, any Bowie record is him, like, has some, like, silly songs that he wrote on a fucking 12-string as if he was still, like,
about his child or something.
Little folky or something, you know.
Right.
And then everyone else elevates it to the next level.
That's true. You're right. Well, you know what, though? That's funny you bring that up because that's really like what studio players do and have always done. You know, they actually write significant portions of the song and then do not get any credit. It's just part of the business. It's so messed up.
Well, it's not messed up anymore.
I know. But at least Mick probably got songwriting credit, I would imagine.
Well, I don't think he got a lot of songwriting credits.
Did he not get any credit to any of those songs? Like,
he probably got more credit with, like, with Ian Hunter. Ian Hunter, you know.
Well, I forgot he played with Ian Hunter.
From Mott the Hoople.
Did he play on All the Young Dudes? No, that's Mott the Hoople. Well, that was Ian Hunter, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think Ronson played on Young Dudes, though.
Bowie sang on that, right?
He wrote it and gave it to him, but I don't know if he sang on it.
Yeah, he sang backup on that. That's him going, that's Bowie.
Man, there's a lot of people still out here in the park.
That's, you know, I was reading that, your governor's pretty angry with them. He's not happy with the congregation.
Well, there's no one really congregating, but there are some groups of 5, which you go, okay, did really these 5 people live together?
Are they young people or are they older people? Or is it a mix? Or can you even tell?
There's not very many older people here in the park.
Because we're all correctly terrified of staying at home, generally.
Who knows, dude? I mean, maybe all this paranoia, although it seems like it's happening too late.
Yes, it is.
But it still might be doing a lot of good, though, you know?
It can. It will. If everybody just gets incredibly paranoid, stays away from everybody else, you know, at any point in time during the crisis, it can stop the crisis. It just has to continue for, like, periods of time.
I mean, I went to the hardware store twice today, and there was hardly anyone in there.
Oh, man. I'm not doing that.
But, you know, I wore a mask and gloves, and I stayed as far away from people as I could.
What are you doing with your mask when you get home? Do you have disposable ones, or are you reusing them?
Yeah, well, it's a silly thing about this don't touch your face, because you get really caught up in the order of, wait, what am I touching now? Like, because I took off my gloves and I washed my hands, but now, but did I adjust my glasses while I had the gloves on? It's like I try to remember
I don't like to go out, because I know what you're saying, and I spend like an hour sanitizing everything I think I touched when I was out, and stripping off my clothes and like putting new clothes on. I do all that stuff. Just like the medical workers do when they leave the hospital. You know, they throw their scrubs away. Supposed to throw all their stuff away, but they're reusing them. Yeah,
well, I have several masks because last year we had like a really bad. It was like the forest fire to end all forest fires. Like you literally just couldn't breathe.
Right.
Walking around,
crazy.
You know. And so. Yeah, I got plenty of masks, but then when I get home, I usually dump it on the workbench down underneath the house, throw away the gloves I have, and I go wash my hands, and then later I might put on that same mask or a different one, but it's hard to say how long the virus lives. And
they feel they know at this point. They feel they know how long it survives on certain surfaces. And
right.
It could be
they feel they know.
Yeah. Well, they've been testing it, and it just keeps lasting longer and longer, actually. It stayed up to 17 days on surfaces in the cabins of the that whatever Princess cruise ship that was in your harbor.
Every time my wife, like her mom and stepfather, go on cruises, and
I don't get that. That's a whole different conversation. But cruises and me, I don't get it.
But over the years, people have brought up cruises. You know, my wife, for one, like, hey, that might be fun. You know, and to me, it's just always been a fucking floating death trap. Like, it just
yes. And what kind of fun is it if you don't love to like drink alcohol massively and gorge yourself and watch shitty entertainment, right? Then you have nothing to do, man.
Yeah, I know, dude. I mean, if I want, I can do all that at home.
I don't get it. I do not get cruises and cruising. Who wants to go to like 4 different ports of call where you get like 8 hours or 7 hours to hang out in Jamaica? Then you got to go.
Well, you know,
I don't like that.
Unfortunately, I've been cursed with an imagination, so like, I get bored in those kind
exactly.
You what? Yeah, I get bored in those kind of. I get bored. Like we used to go to like Mexico, like the same resort, like 3 times we went. And each time it was like a little bit more, like what I would imagine a frat is like now. A bunch of bros.
What was this? Where was this?
Again? This is me and my wife would go to Mexico, Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
And we would go to the same resort. The first time we went, it was really fun. We had, you know, and then the second time, I just noticed that they're like blasting house music all day, and all of these games in the pool, and you know, it's just. But we'd always find like the little spot farthest away from all the people, and then
right,
you know, go to the swim up bar, and it's just kind of hokey vacation though. Sure. And then the last time we went, it was like this wedding was going on, and this bro invasion was there, and I witnessed these guys just like being really abusive to the staff. I'm like, come on, give me my fucking beer, you know, like just like I almost got in a fight with this gigantic fucking dude. And I was lucky
because man.
Huh?
America and Americans. Were they from the Heartland or something?
This guy was the Heartland. I'm from the Heartland.
I'm from the Heartland. I'm in the Heartland. Right
this
now.
Is the Heartland. But no, I kind of I saw it in the guy's face and said, like, that's some of the most fucked up shit I've ever seen or something like that. And he thought I was agreeing with him about the service from these.
Oh.
And then, so I realized, okay, I better fucking get out of here because this guy's going to kick my ass. And I left. And that was like, you know, that's how I imagine a cruise ship, only you can't leave.
Right, you can't get away. So
if you ever want,
again and again.
Have you ever, if you go on YouTube, there's whole channels devoted to like cruise ships gone bad and like various nightmare stories, you know? It's like
I can just imagine.
Like the weather ones. Just the weather ones alone are crazy.
Oh my God. I mean, you're on this boat in the ocean, man. They have like the ocean does a lot of things that they're not aware of really yet, right? You know, like all these ships that disappear. I mean, seriously.
Dude,
that disappeared like in the Bermuda Triangle, they think now it was like rogue waves, these like waves that can be created through certain patterns during a storm. They're like 100 feet tall, so those hit your boat and then you're done.
Yeah,
you can't even see it coming between the regular 40-foot waves.
You just think about like our ancestors. They weren't out there on the water for fucking fun. They were out there to like either
we're trying to get to land. We're not doing this for fun. We're trying to get to land.
Trying to get to land or food, or trying to get the fuck out of here. But we're not just like,
I got my coconuts and my 3 hens and a pig, and I just want to get to land.
Yeah. I'm not out here because I'm on vacation from the smithy where I fucking make anvils all day.
Maybe those guys were obnoxious on the vacation were from the smithy.
It doesn't matter where you're from.
They were so stressed out.
No, they weren't stressed out. They were just super privileged.
I know, I'm just kidding.
I mean, dude, I don't know. I'm privileged, but I don't think. I think most people could see the way these guys are treating them and see that it was wrong. You know, there's levels. You can be very privileged and be a nice person.
That's what I always thought. I don't know what, you know, clearly it comes from the parents. How's your pet shop?
How's my pet shop?
Is it open? It's not open.
It's open, yeah. Essential service.
No way.
Pet food.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I've been scared to go in, and I've been going in doing orders on a computer when no one's there.
Yeah, well, everybody's sheltering in place, right?
They're supposed to be. You're allowed to walk around and exercise. You're just not supposed to be within 6 foot of someone. But it's just stupid because, like in the park, there are trails, and sidewalks, and you see people walking past each other.
Right.
And that's
what I ran into.
I don't know how it works. I see people walking past each other. I picture the bugs jumping from one person's shoulder to the next. Like it just,
Yeah, but you notice people in China, they wore masks outside. Everybody wore masks outside.
Did you see that video that's going around maybe on Reddit yesterday about this patient trying to get in the hospital, and they're literally beating him up to get him to go back outside to keep like the number down of new cases?
No, I did not see that.
It's just, I see these videos from around the world. They're awful. And then, what are we really watching? You could take raw video of something and put your own narrative over it so easily these days.
True. Yes, absolutely. Also, we're getting to a situation where like something that doesn't give a shit is running into all these like dictators and dictator light like Trump.
It's an unbelievably surreal time.
It really is, man. What do we have? 3.5 million unemployment applications yesterday?
3 million? Yeah, I know.
3.5 million.
Out of how many people live here? 300 million?
Yeah, but that was like a 1 day total or 1 week total. It's the highest. It was higher than it was like 4 times higher than the highest ever in history.
Well, America, dude, we're number one in unemployment.
Oh, that's not funny though.
It's not funny. If you really want to freak yourself out, just go get The Road and read that right now.
Oh yeah, Chris, my friend of mine, Chris Clifford, he and I were like talking about The Stand. We're looking up the Captain Trip. Captain Trip was
of course, dude.
Yeah.
Stand's been with me my whole life.
Well, remember the opening to the miniseries? That was great.
Well, I'm talking about
Don't
the book.
Fear the Reaper, and they're painting over all these dead people at this research facility, like in hospital, like in all these various states of like trying to escape, but they killed them as they were trying to like get out.
Right.
Like, everybody's dead. A fry cook like fell over and his face is like frying on the griddle.
The book, I barely remember the miniseries, but the book was fucking fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. Randall Flagg, right? Wasn't that the main character?
Flagg. Have you ever read the Dark Tower series?
I've read parts of it, and I also saw that terrible movie.
Oh, the movie was awful.
That was awful.
It was awful.
The whole Stephen King, I didn't realize this, but he wrote many of these books like in the same universe, right? So like the creature that is it, he's in The Stand, and he's in the Dark Tower also, that creature.
It's the Stephen King universe. That's why we all love him, his readers. Because I'm telling you, dude, we were going to visit my grandma, and I think it was 6th grade, and my mom and dad took us to Follett's bookstore and said, pick out some books, whatever you want for the ride. And I don't know if it was the first time I ever got to pick out whatever I wanted, or
right.
They thought we were old enough, and that was the first book I picked. And I've read that, more than I've read any other book. It's like, we always knew it was going to happen, just hoping it would happen after I was dead, instead of causing my deadness.
Well, it's not quite that bad, but
not yet.
Man, similarities are interesting. A lot of people predicted this. I think the number 1 film on Netflix was Contagion.
Yeah. Well, Dean Koontz actually predicted it almost exactly.
Really?
In the book, I forget what it's called. You can look on the webs. It was a 1981 book where he describes the flu, and it comes on just like it does now, and then it disappears, and then it comes back stronger and kills everyone. So, fuck.
Hopefully we'll cook up a vaccine within the year, but it's going to take that long.
We'll see. In the meantime, I've just ramped up the work in terms of recording and doing shit.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm just working on my playing, and I'm recording myself a lot, and then critiquing and fixing. That's what I do.
The work, baby. That's the work. There's nothing else.
I'm using Logic Pro. I just got a copy of it. So I just started using Logic Pro.
That's what I'm using. Logic completely changed my life. And like, you know, because I had Pro Tools and Acid and SoundForge and all these things over the years. But somehow the interface and the workings of Logic made me understand it all. You know?
People say that Pro Tools has a better interface for getting stuff done. I have no experience with it.
Well, when I had Pro Tools, it didn't have a built-in drum machine and a ton of synthesizers, so.
And Logic's got everything in it. It's got so much shit, my fucking hard drive can't hold it all. I only have like half the things.
You should get Analog Lab 3.
I can't. My hard drive on my laptop I have that I'm using for this can't handle anything else. It can barely handle having Logic Pro and all its shit. And my buses, like my USB buses, aren't fast enough to like use an external hard drive. So I just have to sort of limp along. But it's okay. I'm not doing anything crazy with it. I'm not like composing, you know, giant epics or anything. I'm just working on my guitar playing.
Yeah.
I'd like to, though. I'd like to write some songs with it. I don't know it well enough yet. I got to learn it. It's kind of intimidating.
It's really simple to get to know the basics that you ever need to just write and record a song, though. Another time, if you want to FaceTime, and I could give you a couple tips.
Well, that would be cool.
You might already know. You might already know.
Yeah, like say you're like you do stuff like with comps and do lots of different takes.
Yeah, well, you want to pick out which take you took there? Which one
but you're like recording all these comps, right? So you end up with like 8 or 10 comps, and you want to like maybe combine them all.
I think the audience is starting to drift away now, and I'm going to have to hang up. In reality, though, I gotta go hang out with my wife and do a crossword and have a cocktail here.
Hey, well, I'm glad you called, man. I was wondering about you. I was actually fixing to get in touch with you.
Have you guys are in a total shutdown down there?
I am. My university is. Birmingham's got a shelter in place. That's where my girlfriend lives. So I'm not going to see her for months, man. Crazy.
Better get on the Amazon there and get some Astroglide and hand sanitizer. 2 for 1.
Right, and a splash screen on my computer.
All right. Well, let's talk again during the plague.
Yeah, give me a call, man, or I'll call you.
Sounds good, buddy.
I'll let you call me because I don't know what you're doing at any given point in time. You may be busy.
Fuck, I don't know.
All right.
Bye, buddy. Later.
Bye.